University Area Community Development Corporation Incorporated, otherwise known as University Area CDC, is a 501c3 public-private partnership whose mission is children and family development, crime prevention, and commerce growth. Its primary focus is the redevelopment and sustainability of the at-risk areas surrounding the Tampa campus of the University of South Florida. Our friend from the University Area CDC, well, she joins me next on Bayside. Good morning and welcome to Bayside. I am your host, Shelley Sanders, and I am talking all about the University Area CDC. And of course, when we do talk about it, we always talk to Ms. Sarah Combs, the Executive Director, CEO, and you're the chief head in charge over there. You got it all going on. It's always so fun to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, love hearing all of what's going on over there. You always have exciting things, and of course, what a weird year we are all having, so I can't wait to talk to you and find out how you're adapting. But before we jump right into what's happening and how you've had to adapt, as we all have, to these new living arrangements that we are living in, let's actually inform people that maybe they're new to the area, maybe this is the first time they're hearing about it, or are just curious to know more. Elaborate a little bit. I know I mentioned it, but what your key points are. But what is it really that you do? Talk to me like I've never heard it before, you know? What is it that you guys do over there?
I'm so happy to share that with you and anyone listening. So University Area CDC is really working to improve the area right outside of University of South Florida. And that area is also been branded as Uptown University Area. So we're really specifically focused on improving that area and working with residents in order to do so. And we do that through youth programs. We also do that through attainable housing. We focus on crime and safety, workforce development, anything that you can think about in terms of community, we're focusing on it to improve the area.
Sure. Now, how many years have you been doing this now?
Well, I've actually celebrating today my 10-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, with the
happy
UACDC.
anniversary.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. But the organization has been around for over 22 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And really predominantly focusing on this area and trying to really determine ways, holistic approaches to bring the community forward. And I'm excited to talk about with you today.
Yeah, me too. Now, I know you said 10 years. I don't know if it's been all 10, but I know we've had you on for years, which is why I asked you. And every time you come, there's always something new, something exciting, and it never ceases to amaze me, not only what the CDC is doing, the University Area CDC is doing for that area, but also what the community, how it kind of, it's almost contagious, and how the community steps up and starts to help themselves as well. And it's just been a beautiful thing, and it just blossoms. So I can't wait to hear. That being said, with all the programs and everything that you've got going on the regular, now here comes COVID. So you had to close your doors for a little bit. How do you begin to do the things that you do under these guidelines?
Yeah, it's been...
Or restrictions is probably more accurate.
Absolutely. I think it's kind of threw all of us for a loop.
Sure.
And we had to look at, the way that we are operating and serving the community in a different way. And so really that's what we did. We said, how do we continue to, mobilize our programs and services in a way that doesn't, just stop.
Right.
And so we had to go to a virtual format. And we are so fortunate and lucky to be able to really do that on the turn of a dime. We really just transitioned our approach to community development and programming services and turned it to a virtual format. And so we were offering yoga classes and art classes and cooking classes all online, and we're able to continue to engage our residents and our participants through an online virtual format, which was just a blessing.
That's great, because you're doing all the things that you were normally doing in person and still being able to do that and help the residents out over there and not lose those days or that time period.
Well, and one of the things that we found when we changed our service delivery model during this time was really a silver lining in showing that we were able to reach families that we had never been able to reach before because of lack of access to getting to our services, or the inability to be able to, because of schedules. And so
Sure.
here we were with all of these families having access to internet now because of
Yeah.
school and whatnot.
Right.
We were able to then reach them through a virtual format and serve residents and youth and participants that we'd never served before. So that was something that was really quite remarkable that we were able to see, and something good that came of all of this, which
Sure.
was a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
A blessing in disguise indeed. So did you even realize that there was that untapped market, if you will, that existed, that needed your services that you weren't able to assist?
Yeah, I think that we always knew that there were a lot more participants that we felt were in need of our services, and we were never able to kind of reach that demographic. And once we served that virtual format and were able to start engaging, we got new participants that we had never interacted with before, and started to dig deeper and realized this is the population we were never able to reach. And now here we are reaching them and connecting services with them, and building stronger communication and relationships with. So
Sure.
that was something that was really remarkable.
Right. Now, what about the challenges? Did you have any that really, where you thought, those moments that you thought, oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
Oh, I think
this hurt.
I think we all had those moments and those challenges.
On
when
the
you-
daily.
Absolutely. When you operate, we have a 55,000 square foot center, and we also operate 3 other park sites with facilities. And when that day came when we had to shut everything down, it was, where do we go from here? Where do we turn to? How do we still help the community but our doors are shut? Because we had to do those things. And I think at that moment, you really realize what kind of an organization you are.
And obviously you have a phenomenal one because you were able to, hey, you know what? We figured it out.
Yeah.
And you did. So that being said, you reopened finally, right? You finally got to open the doors back up to the public on August 10th. What has that been like?
It's been wonderful, to be honest. I mean, we were so excited, and it's something that we've been wanting, to do. And every month we'd get recommendations, and we'd hope we could open, and then we would find out that it wasn't in the best interest to open. And so when we were finally able to open those doors and to allow residents to come in, and then the week after we opened our in-person programming, and that was even better because we got to see the residents, and we got to see program participants and being able to be active. And while they're obviously not as many people as before, because a lot of people are still hesitant to come in.
Right.
There still is, a good number of residents who are coming in, and youth that are being able to be served. So
Sure.
that was a victory for us for sure.
So wherever you stand, you're if you'd prefer to do the in-person, you can, and if you'd prefer to do the virtual, you can still do that as well, depending upon whatever the client needs, correct? The resident
Absolutely.
needs.
Yeah.
All right, so for you at home, that's the website right there that you're looking at. It is uacdc.org. uacdc.org, and that's also the phone number there. All the information that Sarah and I are talking about today is on that website, and then some. If you want to help, if you need assistance, whatever the case may be, if you just want more information, go check it out. We're taking a break. That's plenty of time to do so. Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelley Sanders. I've been talking with Miss Sarah Combs, the Executive Director and CEO of the University Area CDC, doing amazing things for the community over there, for that whole area surrounding USF. I feel almost personally connected in a way because we've had you on for so many years, and every time you come, it's like you have your little cheerleader team here over here at CW44, because we all can't wait to hear the exciting things going on. I mean, so many things that you do for the community. One of the things that I was super excited about when you guys started your community garden at the park and really sort of helping from the sustainability factor, things going well, and then you had to shut that down, but it's back open. So many things going on. How is the staff and you, how are you all adjusting to this reopening, and what does this mean from that perspective?
Well, I think, you know, the resiliency of our staff is just amazing. And, you know, I think that's the reason we've been so successful in really changing our service delivery model and being able to, you know, work our way through this is because of the resiliency and the talents of our staff. And they've just been fantastic in our community. I think more importantly, our residents, you know, I think that it's been amazing and remarkable to see the resiliency of the community, to see the acts of kindness. Has just been absolutely amazing. And protection too, protecting the community. You know, the residents have protected our park while it's been closed, and they've been helping each other out. They've been calling us when neighbors need help. I mean, it's really a true sense of community, and I think it's so important to share that there's so much good that's happening out there that isn't necessarily shown.
Sure.
But it's happening. Random acts of kindness are happening on a daily basis, and it's exciting to be able to see that and hear about that, and it gives us hope.
It's very exciting to hear that. I mean, it gives you the goosebumps in a way, because it's nice to hear, certainly as it relates to anytime we're talking about at-risk neighborhoods, and with, I call it the COVID crazy that has been going on, and it just seems like you can't turn on a television, which we try not to in my house, just to maintain some sense of normalcy or sanity, if you will. But there's been so much civil unrest, racial injustice, and it seems like you got to be kidding me. So I am so grateful that you have come to tell us that, you know what, hey, yes, this has been going on, but it's not affecting our community like you think it might. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got a lot of calls when, you know, there was a lot of things happening in the community, specifically when, you know, across the street from the mall, we had the store that got burnt down, and what you saw on TV just didn't really match up to what was actually happening in the community. And so, you know, what we have been doing is really having an opportunity to engage with residents and determine, you know, where do we go from here? You know, what's important for us to do? And as an organization that's really working to, you know, create resident engagement and empowerment and community development, that's what we've been focusing on. Is we continue to focus on getting people jobs. We continue to focus on building housing for people, you know, installing infrastructure in the community and resources and education. And I think that in the middle of, you know, this civil unrest and the social injustice, you know, people often say, what is University Area CDC doing? And we're saying we've never stopped doing, you know, what we're doing. And it's all around these issues of really bringing to light how important it is to really invest in our communities and really, you know, listen to residents and what they're saying, because there's a lot of value in doing that. And I think that most importantly, that's what we've learned, is to listen, you know, and understand and not react too quickly. And that has been a blessing for us, because we've really uncovered some stories that were just truly remarkable. And we were able to take those resident stories and create kind of a campaign around it, and blast that out in social media and on our website and do some videos around it. And I think that that's really helped, you know, not just our community, but people from outside of our community really learn about what's happening, and then ways that they can get involved and help, you know, and that's what we want to provide, is opportunities for people to engage and make a difference in their local communities, because there's change that needs to be happening, and we can do it, you know, together more strongly.
I love that. I love that. And it is all about being together. I mean, we've heard it now for the last, 9 months, just constantly saying it, but it's so much deeper than that. And you actually have proof in the pudding. I mean, your residents are standing together and making sure that everybody is okay together. So every time you come, you always have something exciting, some new program or some new plan that's going on. Anything exciting underway right now?
But of course.
But of course.
So
Sarah, tell us.
Yes, I think last time I was on, I talked about how, you know, our park, our 7-acre park that we were building in the heart of the community. And so we completed our park and we opened it last November. And so now we've decided to start working across the street from the park on our cultural campus. And so this is a big project. We've acquired 4 parcels of land, and we have 3 buildings on the land, and it's going to be a phased approach. But the idea is to really celebrate the diversity in our community and bring the cultures together, pull in partners who are really doing really great services and work and build a place to be able to celebrate that. And so, we're looking right now on at our outreach efforts and asking the community what kind of services and programs they want to see there. And so we're excited because probably in about 2 months we'll be able to launch the vision for the cultural campus. And,
Oh, I can't
and
wait.
what will be there and how we'll engage with the community. And we're just going to continue to build the community up. And most importantly, giving residents the opportunity to, build their community, have input, and be able to really, put in the amenities and the services that they want to see. So we're excited about that.
For obvious reasons. My goodness. All right. So maybe you're wondering, hey, how do I keep up with what's going on? You don't have to wait until Sarah comes back, because she's gonna tell us all about it. In the meantime, you can keep abreast of everything that's going on over there by this website that you're looking at, uacdc.org, uacdc.org. Oh, and by the way, that's also how you can figure out how you can help out, either donation of funds or your time. Hint, hint. Why don't you check it out while we go to break? Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelley Sanders. Been talking with Miss Sarah Combs, the CEO and Executive Director of the University Area CDC. Always amazing things going on over there, exciting times. I can't wait till you come back and tell us exactly what is going to be with this new property that you guys have acquired and all the programs and things that are going to be happening over there. And I love that you're listening to your community and letting them sort of be the rudder, and guiding you down the path of exactly what is it that they need. It's not like a brainstorming of the big table and we're telling you what you need. You're actually listening, and that is something. There's a reason why you guys have been around for so many years. It's because you're doing the right thing and you're doing it the right way. So for that, kudos to you. Let's talk about, with the onset of COVID, it would be awful not to look at, see the forest, see the trees and the forest. In other words, the mental health issue is at hand. It's undeniable. Even people that have never thought they had an issue at all seem very stable. Everyone is affected by this. So how do you begin to address that with your community?
Yeah, and I think it's important, to touch on what you noted is listening to the community.
Right.
And I think that's critically important for us, to be able to really feel like we have the pulse of the community. And one of the things that we're noticing is a rise in mental health challenges in the community. And so what we've been doing is figuring out what's the best way to be able to really tackle this issue and really bring to light resources and solutions that would work for our residents.
Sure.
And what we found was making it place-based, so person-centered, and going to residents in order to do that. So we're creating some unique and innovative approaches to be able to get residents the help that they need in a setting that they feel comfortable. And that really means bringing the services to them. And so, having it at our park, at our Harvest Hope Center, and being able to do it in a format that they feel comfortable in sharing these things. We're also looking at some innovative approaches to bring some different technology and skill set to do it online. And just again, figuring out ways to be innovative and also make sure that we are really breaking the stigma of mental health.
Sure.
Because there is health and there's help, and there's nothing wrong with getting help.
Right.
And so we're looking at doing that and implementing more of those services very, very soon.
Sure. And after all, it's mental health. It's part of what makes you healthy. So it isn't anything that should have a stigma. I don't know where that began in the first place. Nothing wrong with asking for help. And certainly everybody right now, I don't care who you are, everybody can use a little bit of assistance, even if it's just a matter of listening, because we're all facing uncharted territory. Who knew that you would be a parent and a teacher and a counselor, et cetera, right? So for those of you that would like to donate your time, perhaps you're someone that could help out in that situation. You're a mental health counselor. I can't think of a better way to donate. then donate your time to the UACDC. And you can do that by this website that you're looking at, uacdc.org. There's all kinds of volunteer opportunities there. If you just want to help out financially, they'll never turn down a dollar either, and it goes to good use. And I love that it stays right here in our community. Go check it out, uacdc.org. We'll be back. As always, I want to thank you at home for joining us this week on Bayside. And of course, Sarah, thank you so much for coming and sharing all the wonderful things that you guys are doing over there. Keep doing what you're doing. I love having you here and hearing about the exciting things going on over in the university area. I encourage you every week, people, get out, get involved in your community. I can't think of a better way to do so than to get involved with the UACDC. Go to their website, uacdc.org. We'll have a link for you on ours as well, cw44.com. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week. I'm Shelley Sanders.